We will get your skin glowing, smooth, sexy with a silky touch. From facials, full body waxing, Brazilian waxing, lash lifts, microdermabrasions, dermaplanes, chemical peels, you name it, we can do it. Ask me about my customer referral program. For each customer you refer to me, you get $10 towards your next service.
I am so excited to try Indy's newest attraction here on the beautiful canal.
Take a full tour of the Indianapolis Canal on our classic cocktail yacht that holds up to 9 passengers. Your captain sings a wide variety of music on this 50 or 75-minute journey. You can bring your own cocktails or purchase them at Fresco Cafe prior to your ride. Book rides online at fourgondola.com now daily through September 30th or call 317-340-2489. Come celebrate with us.
Thank you. You're lovely passengers, all of you. Lots of love on this boat.
The Daniels Vineyard Concert Series, presented by 9-Star Connect. Beside the Vines and Under the Stars. Enjoy wine, pizza, and live music. Toy Factory, May 31st. Dude, June 7th. The Big 80s, June 14th. Clayton Anderson, June 21st. The Flying Toasters, June 28th. For tickets, go to danielsvineyard.com. Follow 9-Star Connect on social media for weekly ticket giveaways. The Daniels Vineyard Concert Series, presented by 9-Star Connect.
I'm RJ with Mystic Images. I've been tattooing for a little over 24 years right now. We would definitely love to get you in here and we can take care of all your tattoo needs. Yeah, so definitely come down and get your ink therapy from us.
Journey into the past and let your imagination take you to the old world canals of Venice as you and your loved ones are serenaded by your gondolier. Experience the beauty, mystique, and charm of downtown Indianapolis with spectacular canal views. Make it a fun family outing or an impressive romantic date you'll never forget.
Santa Lucia.
Do. What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Renee Michelle Merrifield, your host of the In the Loop TV show. Thank you so much for tuning in. We have Jason Aaron Pro in the producer's corner.
What's up, everybody? We are live every Wednesday at 7 o'clock p.m. We are broadcasting every Saturday night at midnight on ABC WRTV. We loop 24/7 inside of thousands of hotel rooms, reaching out to those visitors coming into Indianapolis. We just love this city. We love Indiana, the Midwest, and we're also on all the podcast platforms. So we encourage you to get out of your hotels, get out of your houses, and explore this area. And Renee has a way that you can do that on us.
Absolutely. Some super easy ways to win your $50 District Tap gift card. Go to intheloop.tv, click on the giveaways tab. There's a lot of easy options to get that gift card. We love the District Tap. It's so wonderful. Multiple locations, beautiful, wonderful food and drinks. So make sure you go to intheloop.tv and get your $50 District Tap gift card.
I am so happy to announce that last week we had a winner. We hit 100 entries, and Alex Duncan was the winner of a $50 gift card. So, Alex, we're going to stick that in the mail for you.
Yeah.
I will pay for the stamp, and we'll get that to you, and you can enjoy District Tap. So, good job doing that.
Yes, Alex Duncan, congratulations on winning that gift card. Y'all, we have a jam-packed episode today. First, Jade, a.k.a. Darth Jader, bouts with the Circle City Roller Derby team. So much fun. These girls are a lot of fun and so talented at what they do. It's a hard sport for sure. And then I chat with music group The Last Revel at the Mousetrap Bar and Grill to talk about their latest album release. A very talented band. We love them so much. And then joining us in studio today is Dorothy Graden, a distinguished artist from Valparaiso, Indiana, whose work is inspired by over 30 years of exploring and documenting ancient rock art sites across North America. Dorothy, hello.
Hi, I'm so glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. We're honored to have you. Your art speaks for itself, and we can't wait to chat with you about all the wonderful world travels you've done that inspired your art and get everyone going to your website to buy that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dorothy Graden. We appreciate you for being on the show.
All right. Well, with all that being said, I have just one question for you.
Indianapolis, are you ready to be in the loop?
Hi, I'm Sativa at Mystic Images Tattoo. I specialize in watercolors, stipple, cover-ups, anything you want. You think it, we can ink it. Come down and see us anytime. You, Todd.
I am so excited to try Indy's newest attraction here on the beautiful canal.
Take a full tour of the Indianapolis Canal on our classic cocktail yacht that holds up to 9 passengers. Your captain sings a wide variety of music on this 50 or 75-minute journey. You can bring your own cocktails or purchase them at Fresco Cafe prior to your ride. Book rides online at fourgondola.com now daily through September 30th or call 317-340-2489. Come celebrate with us.
Thank you. You're lovely passengers, all of you. Lots of love on this boat.
All right, Loopers. We would like to give a special shout out to our new sponsor, American Jeweler. Thank you so much, Scott O'Hara. He's an amazing jeweler. He's actually done a lot of my rings, and these I've been wearing for about 15 years. He raised the stone, put a ruby in it,
nice.
and the stone fell out years ago, and then he fixed it up for me, and we just love him. So shout out to Scott O'Hara. Y'all make sure you visit American Jewelers. Even if you need your watch fixed or, jewelry and stuff, anything, he's got it all. And he does it for celebs and red carpets. So this is your place to
He's the
go.
man.
He's the man. Y'all, this first segment is so much fun. Jade, a.k.a. Darth Jader, takes us to Circle City Roller Derby. This is so exciting and fun as we dive into this world of the Circle City Roller Derby girls. It's intense. These girls are athletic. And it's fun. You guys got to see this.
My adrenaline's pumping. I can smell the grit in the air. I get to hang out with the Circle City Derby girls today. Hey, ladies.
Hi.
So this sport is really blowing up. Now, you guys have been around for 7 years, right? What are the major changes that you've seen as the sport has grown?
The game has changed. It's a much more athletic game. There's a lot more fans that come to watch us play. There didn't used to be a championship circuit, but now there's regionals and championships and even 2 World Cups recently. for
World
women.
Cups?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
that
it's
is cool.
Going international.
So if I was to go to a derby, a bout, it's called a bout. What would I expect there? Is it family friendly? Do you got beer? Do you have food? Like what, if someone's excited and like, oh yeah, I want to check that out, like what do they expect?
Definitely all of the above.
All of the above.
Yeah, we have a wide variety of people. We have children, we have parents, we have singles, we have everybody across the board.
If I was enthusiastic and like, man, I've always wanted to do that, what would be the first step for somebody that would want to be a a roller derby girl?
Well, I would recommend that you try on some skates at an open skate and kind of get your bearings about being on wheels and try that out first, and then email us. So you join ccdg@gmail.com, and you can find out when we have open workshops, and we take everybody. So you don't have to have been an athlete, you don't have to really know how to skate. We'll help you get there.
Our home season runs April through August at the Forum in Fishers, so it's 2 ice rinks, and over the summer they take ice off of one, so it's a beautiful concrete floor.
Nice.
Excellent skating surface for us. We love it. We have 5 home bouts April through August, so definitely if somebody's interested, check us out there.
It's definitely inexpensive to go. Our tickets are $10 a piece. You can get them from any of your local skaters. We also have some designated locations throughout the city. One of them being Louis, the Pinheads on 37. It's a bowling alley. It's our new after spot location, which is great for all families. Or you can buy them at the door for $12.
Well, I'm excited to go skate. Can I go skate with you guys?
Not in that.
Hi, I'm Dorothy Graden. Each year, a percentage of the proceeds go towards a charity. This year is Rocksteady, which we saw Kaylin cover. It's a very noble cause. The lights are going off, and everyone's packing up, and I'm totally wiped. This is a very awesome sport. Come and support these girls and see a kick-ass good time.
Darth Jader, yes. Those girls work hard, man. That's like hockey, but it's like skating. I would love to be a derby girl.
It looks like fun.
You know, I would need my shin guards
You're
and
too
my
delicate,
arm
Renee.
guard. I would bruise up. I tried volleyball, paintball, and I just bruise like a prune. Like I think I'm anemic or something because it's probably not for me. But it's a good idea in my head. I would definitely want to try that.
There's the website.
Yes, check them out. And definitely if you are interested in joining the team, the website's right there.
And they have their next bout is coming up June 22nd.
Yes, coming up. So if you're interested in that, they do have those open nights that you can come and like they said, you don't have to have skill really or anything. Just they'll teach you what you need to know. Just grit.
And spitfire.
Exactly. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back to segment number 2. We're going to talk with the Last Revel at the Mousetrap, y'all. Be right back.
What's up? I'm Todd. I work here at Mystic Images. I love what I do. Super surreal to be doing this. This is my dream, and I get to live it every day. I do fine line tattoos a lot. Great atmosphere, great people, great tattoos. See you when I see you.
We will get your skin glowing, smooth, sexy with a silky touch. From facials, full body waxing, Brazilian waxing, lash lifts, microdermabrasions, dermaplanes, chemical peels, you name it, we can do it. Ask me about my customer referral program. For each customer you refer to me, you get $10 towards your next service.
All right, segment number 2. We are super excited. We went to the Mousetrap. Have you ever been there? It's so fun. I know you're from Valparaiso. They have like ping pong and karaoke live music and stuff. It's a really great bar in Indy. And this band, the Last Revel, is very talented. We got to interview them. They talk about their latest album release, Dovetail. So y'all will love this segment. Make sure you check out the Last Revel as well.
Sundown, kick around, have myself some wine. You could tell me stories where there's laundry on the line. Still wearing the taster, and you're so damn fine. Sundown, kick around, have myself some wine. Sundown, kick around, have myself some wine. Come on, bass.
So you talented boys have been doing this for longer than a decade, but you've been a band for a decade, and you are now about to kick out a new record.
It's going to come out in the fall. It's called Dovetail. It's a nod to carpentry, but mostly just delusional optimism. It's a good record. We made it in the cabin that we made our first record in, and getting back together after so many years, it made a lot of sense to do it that way. And we're super excited about it. We hope people love it as much as we do.
Now, you guys are big on music, big on good feels. You guys are international. You guys have traveled all around. You're touring.
I think we played Toronto twice. So
yeah,
it's as
we
close as
played
get.
Canada, so yes, international. Never been overseas, but we've gone to Alaska, so that counts.
That feels like a different country.
Yeah, it's practically a different country.
Did you guys get to witness the Northern Lights?
No, when we were up there, it was light 24/7, which is actually
Is
pretty
it 6
sweet.
months on, 6 months off, right, or something like that?
I mean, with like some transition periods.
It's
but
my party half year, and then it's my sleep half year.
I
What's
mean,
up?
During that
Or vice
time of
versa.
year, it was like nothing I've ever experienced. It's
Yeah.
like
Beautiful.
Oh yeah, absolutely beautiful,
Oh.
and yeah, 24/7. It's like
I
if
love
people are
it.
awake, we're gonna be getting into something. It was
Of course.
It was really fun.
Tell me a little bit about your inspiration, how you guys write these songs, where it comes from.
Try to write pretty regularly to just have a practice of it, but then it's like, you try really hard to write a good song and nothing good comes out, and then one day you sit down and just
And that inspiration just comes.
Those are the best
Yeah.
ones. The ones that come out as quickly as they turn into something you love. But the vulnerability is key, for sure. It's all about pouring your heart out. If you're comfortable sharing it, they probably don't want to hear it. So
Exactly, and that's why it is hard as a musician, because it's not for everyone. Everything is not for everyone, right? So I know that's probably why I sometimes keep my songs in there, but in the vault, but it just is really amazing to see you guys out here slaying. Where are you guys going to be next? You're Milwaukee.
Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
right across the street from the Buck Stadium. We're in Turner Hall tomorrow.
You're going there tomorrow. You guys are bouncing cities. Very cool, very cool. Well, you guys are immensely talented. I love your work. I did a lot of digging, and you have a new stalker, I'll just say that. I am obsessed with music and tunes, so it's my life. So you definitely have a new #1 fan, Miss Renee Merrifield. I found y'all, and we'd love to come see you guys live soon. You guys check them out on their website. Would anybody like to throw in a tag where we can find you?
You can find us on Instagram at The Last Revel, or you can go to our website, www.thelastrevel.com, and that's Revel with a V, not a B, no Billies.
Hey. That was so fun. I just love a band that has like all the instruments, the upright bass and those guys make you feel good with their music, and as you do with art, right? You exude this wonderfulness with your art. I loved going through your photos. I can't wait to talk to you, but that's next segment. But first of all, we're going to go to a quick commercial break, but make sure you check out all the 5-star reviews the Mousetrap has. It's a wonderful place. You can check them out, trapindie.com. It's pretty rare to get some 5-star reviews. These Yelpers are professional at Yelping. So I think having a lot of 5-star reviews is powerful.
It helps.
It means something in this world.
And there's the Last Revel website.
Yep, their new album has just had released, Dovetail, so make sure you check that out. We'll be right back, quick commercial break, and then we're going to talk to Dorothy Graden and talk about her wonderful art and how you've traveled the world and everything you've done. We're so excited to talk to you, Dorothy.
I'm excited too.
Yay! We'll be right back, y'all.
I'm AJ Harbor. I'm from Mystic Images Tattoo, AJ Harbor Tattoos on Instagram and Facebook. I do all black and gray realism. I'd love to kind of start a project with you. We'll set up a consultation, reach out, we can set something up. It'd be awesome.
Journey into the past and let your imagination take you to the old world canals of Venice as you and your loved ones are serenaded by your gondolier. Experience the beauty, mystique, and charm of downtown Indianapolis with spectacular canal views. Make it a fun family outing or an impressive romantic date you'll never forget.
Santa Lucia.
Join us at the 20th Annual Cammy's Cause on August 23rd and 24th in Fortville, Indiana. On Friday, August 23rd, Main Street Fortville will host 20-plus acoustic musicians on its sidewalks and in its businesses from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. On Saturday, August 24th, Landmark Park will host live bands, a huge kids zone, silent auction with artisan, food, and drink vendors, and so much more from 12 p.m. to 10 p.m. This is a free all-ages event. Cammy's Cause is the largest fundraiser for 4P- research and support in the United States. This little festival in Fortville that raised $1,000 its first year has since raised over $700,000 in the 18 years since. Join us at this one-of-a-kind feel-good event of the year and help make a significant difference for the families living with a 4P- diagnosis. For more information, visit us at cammyscause.org. All proceeds benefit the 4P- support group.
The Daniels Vineyard Concert Series, presented by 9-Star Connect. Beside the Vines and Under the Stars. Enjoy wine, pizza, and live music. Toy Factory, May 31st. Dude, June 7th. The Big 80s, June 14th. Clayton Anderson, June 21st. The Flying Toasters, June 28th. For tickets, go to danielsvineyard.com. Follow 9-Star Connect on social media for weekly ticket giveaways. The Daniels Vineyard Concert Series, presented by 9-Star Connect.
All right, y'all. It is finally my pleasure to introduce our special guest, Dorothy Graden. Wonderfully talented artist, painter. You've traveled the world for your art. You're so inspiring, Dorothy. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me. I'm so excited.
All the way from Valparaiso.
All the way from Valparaiso.
3-hour trip.
Yes, thank you so much.
Digging deep.
The Loopers are going to love this. We love seeing these talented artists and everything that they put out. And your art comes from a place of passion because you travel the world, right? And so you're bringing awareness and appreciation of ancient art, right?
Yes. And preservation of it, for sure.
Right. The preservation is key, right? Because it could just be crumbled so easily, I'm sure, if you're not careful and stuff. So these things that were carved, pecked and painted on the rocks and canyon walls in North America, you find inspiration from.
I do. And I don't copy it. I look at it and photograph it and come home and go back to that place in my head and work to recreate the atmosphere and the feeling that I had when I was at the spot.
These are really cool.
It's really amazing.
Oh, yes,
where are these at? Are these all from the same? These photos, are they all from the same place? Or
no? These photos go. I mean, I've hiked everywhere from the Rio Grande River all the way up into all the states, all the way to central Montana.
Wow!
And so these, as you can see, these are different styles of art.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it depends on the geography, the culture, the time period, and sometimes things are pecked on top of other things that are pecked.
Oh wow!
And
like layers, like
layers
behind it,
layers and layers,
like onions.
Wow!
Yeah. So I recreate the layers in my art.
Yes.
And so they used blood and minerals and plants and fat.
Blood in like a ritualistic kind of way?
No,
or
to paint.
No, well, I know, but like as a result of like a blood ritual, or they're just kind of opening their own. Well,
that's that was what they had to paint back then, right? That's all they had to paint: clay, rock, and blood.
Yeah, they used those materials to do the painting.
Yeah,
and then who knows what they did after they painted it? I mean, some of them are 11,000 years old. You know, so and then people came by 8,000 years ago and painted on top of the 11,000-year-old ones.
Right.
And so we don't really know. The layers. So we don't really know what they mean now today.
So it's literally fossils that you're creating, that is your inspiration.
There is my inspiration. I put myself back in that spot and just imagine what it would have been like to live at that time period. With little kids running around and throwing rocks off of the mesas,
Yes. See, that's where my mind went to, is just
what was going on when these paintings, these ancient historical paintings, were being like painted or whatever with whatever things they had, like rock, clay, like you said, like fat from animals, whatever they had, because they didn't have the paintbrushes, I mean, they made it from like hairs of a walrus or something, you know what I mean? Like, who knows? So that's so interesting.
They did, and they pecked too. I mean, some of the paintings are pecked.
And that's like a little chisel, like
chip, chip. And so it must have taken months to peck some of those pieces.
Is there a good spot so I'm here on your website, is there a good spot to see more photos than on the home page of the actual photos of like the rock, the rocks? Rock paintings? Of
the original paintings?
Yeah.
Go to, just go if you like petroglyphs, I guess. No, I don't put a lot of real petroglyphs on my art page.
Yeah. Keep it your original stuff.
Just my original stuff.
I mean, look at these. I mean, these are just the categories. You've got so much on
They'll
here.
have to travel out if they want to see that. Listen.
DorothyGraden.com.
Yeah, there's
Dorothy
just
Graden.
so much.
And we can follow you on all the things, Instagram, Facebook, Dorothy Graden. Your website's DorothyGraden.com, and you're selling your pieces as well on this website. So everybody needs to make sure that they check out DorothyGraden.com. But I just think your work is so amazing that it's inspired by such not biblical, but just like historical things. Like, that's crazy to me. Like, just the historical core of it, and it's so cool how that inspires you, and that inspires me that it inspires you. And it's super cool that
inspired.
I'm inspired.
Whoa, it's contagious.
And you've been given, not only are you just a wonderful artist, painter, and so passionate about what you do, but you've been giving lectures all over Indiana, Chicago, Russia, Ireland, Austria, and big college campuses and stuff. How is that?
Oh, it's so much fun.
Just people listening to your experiences.
World traveler.
Yes, world traveler.
Yeah, when I gave the talk in Russia, there were a lot of people from Siberia there, and they had traveled in, and they, after I gave the talk and they saw all the photographs that I had been taking for all those years, they came up to me afterwards and said, "We have those exact images in Siberia."
Wow.
And they're like, "Why is this happening? Why do we see the same
like patterns
images
in different continents or whatever?"
Yeah, images of people and anthropomorphs and all kinds of animals on the walls, and they said they see the same thing. And Russia Siberia used to be connected to Alaska, right?
Oh yeah.
And so that was one of the migration patterns. So I'm thinking, well, maybe that's why. I don't know.
That is so dang interesting, and it kind of makes you feel like maybe we are all connected somehow, some way, which I do believe we are, all of us, living or dead. It's like we're all kind of connected. And so just to go back however many thousands of years and to see like where the art and the people had migrated, and I'm sure it's all over the world too. As you keep traveling, I bet you'll see that connection.
Oh,
right?
They're everywhere. I was in Spain last month and went to a rock art museum.
Ooh, that's up your alley.
Yeah, it was. It was in this tiny little town, we drove to, and the museum guy took us up to see the rock art.
You're like, you don't know how much this means to me, guy.
No, he had no idea. He had no idea how much I was just like crazy.
Yes. What was it like? Did it have like a bunch of ancient rocks?
It was
painted. Painted art.
They were painted figures, and there was this one figure called the beekeeper.
Okay.
And it looked like somebody taking honey out of a hive, and it was painted. It was it was awesome.
And it was old, I'm sure.
He said 6,000 years old.
Lord have mercy. That is so cool.
Yeah.
I mean, just to think of our ancestors and what, just how far we've come as a civilization and stuff, but it's so cool to honor our ancestors and what they have done in their art and stuff, and it's so cool.
It really is. Yeah, I travel with a Hopi woman who's a good friend of mine, and she lives on the Hopi reservation in Arizona.
Okay.
And sometimes she interprets the art for me because those are her ancestors. And some of the images they're still using on the reservation.
Yeah.
And some of the images she won't tell me anything about because they're still using them in ceremony.
She said this is non-disclosure agreement.
No, she just says, I'm not not going to tell you.
You're like, please, I'll make you lunch. Tell me things. That's cool.
I'll put up the tent. I'll put up the tent.
I'll put it up. I'll do whatever. Come on. Get us a fire going.
On your Instagram here, where is this? This is so beautiful.
Oh, I love that.
Oh,
Japan.
No,
Taiwan.
Korea, South Korea.
Oh, that was my third guess.
Yeah. That was in an area that was
it says right there.
a very historic area in Gyeongju, where they have these mounds they're prehistoric mounds where they buried their royalty.
Right.
And some of the mounds are as big as a football field.
Really?
Yeah. And it was just down the way from that photograph that I took.
Can you imagine the just historical figures that are buried in there and stuff?
I know. They had one mound that was open and you could go into it and you could see the layers. I'm really into layers right now, because layers of time and layers of ground and layers of ocean and layers of people.
Yeah.
And you could see the layers inside of the mound, and it was really, really
And I know
neat.
you're wondering, what is the bottom layer? What's underneath these layers? Because like you said, they're painting over them over thousands of years and stuff. So to get to have you ever gotten to the bottom of a layer? Like, I don't know. I know you can't chisel it because that would be
the center of a Tootsie Pop.
Right. Like, if you knew an art was like a layer and there was something behind it, I would be like, oh man, I would want to chisel and fine. But you can't destroy it. But you
can't even touch it.
You can't. I'm sure.
No, because
they're
oils in your hand can ruin them.
Oh, right. It is very. Yeah, you got to be careful.
Yeah.
Okay.
About that.
All right. The time goes by so fast.
No.
We are on a strict 28 minutes and 30 seconds for the TV broadcast. We're going to stay live here on this Wednesday night. It's a great reason to tune in to our live streams on Wednesdays to see extended conversations. Dorothy's going to stick around with us for a little bit longer. We're going to look at our giveaway and see if we got another winner this week. We gave the card, District Tap card, $50 gift card away last week. So maybe we hit another 100 people, this week. So we're going to say good night to the ABC broadcast. Renee, take us out.
Well, first of all, thank you so much, Dorothy Graden. We appreciate you. You are wonderful, so talented, and I want to encourage everyone to go to dorothygraden.com, check her out on Facebook, Instagram, and all the things, and purchase some artwork, right? It'd be perfect little piece for your living room or wherever. You're so talented, Dorothy. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you, Renee. I loved being here.
Thank you. We love learning from you. That is so interesting. Gosh, I love historic stuff. I love it.
Gosh.
We just have to preserve it, right?
That's the key. No human oils on this stuff. Listen.
Shelby Kelly, thank you for liking the stream. We appreciate you.
Yes,
we'll
thank
give
you
a little shout out before we sign off.
Yes, thank you to our comments and our viewers and everybody. We will see you next week. We might have a very special Hollywood guest next week. We're still waiting on that confirmation.
I'm not kidding when I say it would be our biggest guest of either season of the In the Loop TV show. So I'm hoping we're working things out.
And one of my favorite.
Don't give anything. Don't you dare. Don't you dare do it.
I'm so excited.
You wave to the ABC broadcast right now.
Hopefully next week we'll have them. And thank you again, Dorothy Graden. You're so wonderful. We'll see y'all next week in the Loop TV.
Goodbye,
thank you guys.
WRTV.
Bye.
All right. There we go. There's our soft cut. So we're going to hang out a little bit longer. I'm going to check
now we can relax, Dorothy.
Yeah, that's right. It was so stuffy in here. You could cut the tension with a knife.
No, I really do. I adore that you're just, history is so cool. It was never one of my finest subjects because I'm a dingbat, but I always was intrigued by it. I was intrigued by it. And so to meet people and see artists like yourself that is really influenced by history and just the history of our world and stuff, that is so cool. And it's not just history. We're talking about the first histories, you know what I mean?
Right. That's where I am. I'm more into prehistory than history.
It's before the people.
The mystery of it.
The mystery of the history.
Yeah, the mystery of it.
Whoa. That just blew my mind.
You can call me Ren Ennemem.
That's got to be like a book or a song or something.
The mystery of history.
The mystery of history. I love
that. I like the mystery of prehistory.
That's what you need. You should write a book called The Mystery of Prehistory.
Now you're just adding syllables.
Well, it's not just history we're talking about because it's prehistory. So, it's like before all of that, like the starting of it.
You have
It is. It's
5
so cool.
minutes.
It is. It's because you look at those things and you think, what does it mean? You know? I mean, it's like playing telephone for 11,000 years.
It's crazy.
You know?
Yeah. And
what
the
does
fact,
it,
We just got some laughs from the live studio audience back there.
Live studio, yes! Yeah, I find it so interesting, and just the fact that you have some trusted friends and people and that you can talk to, and like, what do you people that really are probably just do that professionally, like historians or whatever, and you're like, tell me about this so I can use it for my inspiration and stuff. So you can because you can see it, and I'm sure you know more than anyone about this stuff, but to get an expert's opinion on it, then you can really be like, okay, now I'm gonna take what I know, what I've seen, and what I know, and then make this art with it, right? It's like all the things to make what you make.
It's very intuitive.
Yeah.
That's because it's like when I do my art, I have this grand idea, right, at the beginning, and then I get about a third of the way through it, and I think, I have no idea what I'm doing.
It changes.
And my one friend said, she's an artist, she said, Dorothy, you're in process. Just keep telling yourself you're in process.
I really respect painters and artists, because it's like, I've tried. I'm actually pretty good at painting, but once I get halfway through, it stresses me out. I'm like, how do I finish this or whatever, And it's all about the different. Like, do you use a certain kind of paints and oils like normally, or do you like to switch it up? Like, do you have favorite styles of painting?
Well, I have some paintings that I made my own paper out of cotton rag. Yeah. And then I press the cotton rag and then paint it on it.
Oh, pressy,
and then dries. And then lately I've been doing a lot of paintings. My Hopi friend has given me.
There's you making paper right there.
She gave me sand from the Hopi reservation.
Really?
Yeah, and she said, I want you to put this in your paintings.
Oh, that'd be cool. So it gives a little grain effect, little sand.
Oh my gosh! Not only that, but it moves the paint.
Makes it kind of three-dimensional in a way.
It does, and it tells me where to go next. It's really amazing.
That is so cool.
Yeah, and she said, Dorothy, the ancestors are speaking through you. Yes. And I thought, oh, what a compliment is that?
Yes, absolutely.
Really.
And then to use the actual sand on your painting, that just makes it like, wow.
It's really exciting.
That's
and
so cool.
It takes me right back to where to the atmosphere of the caves and the atmosphere of the canyons. Right. Just takes me right back to that spot. It's just amazing.
I can't imagine how happy your soul feels when you yourself have traveled there and you're witnessing this beautiful just history right before your eyes.
Right before my eyes. And, I get so excited, because I can see it. We're approaching it from a distance.
Oh, you're like, oh my God.
And I'm like, oh my God.
We're almost there.
We're almost there. And then my Hopi friend she's like, shh, be quiet. You have to be respectful.
They'll hear you, the ancestors. You're like, okay, let me just calm my soul down for a second.
She spends a lot of time making me be quiet,
You're like, this is hard. I would be like,
that's the way I am.
That's what you want to do.
And I start to run to it, and she's like, no, you stop. We have to pray before we go in. So
just the whole thing.
The whole thing. She takes the, cornmeal and sprinkles it, and we turn around, and she says a prayer. We're respectful. We're here to visit.
Right.
We're visiting an ancestral site.
Right.
We're visiting my ancestors, and then we walk in quietly.
That would be hard for me.
and then I settle down. I take a lot of photos, and then sometimes we just sit there for a couple hours,
just enjoy and take it in. And I'm sure that's important for your pieces that you're making after the fact, because just to sit there and feel that for a minute.
Oh, it's
kind of makes it, right?
It does. I crave going back. I really crave it. I have to go back at least once a year.
Yes, world traveler, baby. That's so cool. Wow. Have you ever stumbled upon like an ancient historic thing that's not like guarded or like in a canyon or something? I don't know. Like I'm sure
they're all like that.
How do you find these places? Do you just have to do a lot of research?
A lot of research. I have a friend that's a ranger, and he lives in El Paso, and he knows all the sites around El Paso.
Nice.
Ooh, that's a good little insight right there.
It
you gotta like who you know helps, right? With anything.
That's
with
right.
anything.
Yeah, I mean, he took me to a cave that was just like 20 miles from the Mexican border, right outside of El Paso, and we had to get on our backs to crawl inside of the cave.
Oh, I'm out. Dorothy, I'm out.
And the whole inside, the whole ceiling was black from soot from all the years they had been putting fires. They had been making fires in there for the past 3,000 years.
Right.
And so what the people did is they carved into the black into the white, because the wall was white and the ceiling was all black, and so they carved the whole ceiling, and it looked like a night sky.
Oh, wow.
And then across the whole entire ceiling was this gigantic centipede carved in the middle, and the centipede was gigantic, and it's been interpreted as the Milky Way. That's what they say. That's what I've heard.
I got goosebumps.
And
so
I mean,
cool.
I just get goosebumps thinking about it. I couldn't get a photograph of the whole entire thing because it was so big, so I just stayed on my back and just kept taking more and more pictures and more pictures and scooting along,
Wow, I can't imagine being in such a historic spot like that. Like, I've never really experienced that, where it's like history all around you.
Yeah, it just stays with me. Sometimes I'm trying to fall asleep at night and I picture being inside that cave with all that.
You just staying awake and you're like, oh, yes.
Oh, I want to go back. Oh,
that is so fun.
Thank you, James Hill, for liking the stream. Indiana Filmmakers Network has liked it as well. So thank you so much for your support and your shares and your likes and all that. So the contest for the District Tat $50 giveaway for this week has ended. We gave away a card last week, so congratulations to Alex Duncan. So I'm going to restart the giveaway for next week, so you'll have another opportunity to do that. We're only at 24 entries right now, so share it with your friends and family.
Yeah.
I'm making you guys get up to 100 entries. Gonna make it work for that free $50 gift card. So so share it around, and maybe we'll give away another one next week.
Yeah.
In the loop.tv.
The District Tap is great. There's so many, lots of great food, great drinks, all the things. So yeah, the in the loop.tv, click on the giveaways tab.
Look at all these gift cards. These are all preloaded with $50. Look, it is legit.
Yeah, Jason will stamp it out to you. Send it out.
Stamp it out. Oh yeah, stamp it out.
You know what I meant.
Yeah.
But thank you so much, Dorothy. You've been incredible. You are just so inspiring. Like I said, I'm inspired by your inspiration. I mean, it's so cool just to hear from someone that really loves the history, and it's not like you're just, I don't know, like some painters, they paint and that's cool and that's great, and I love all art, but you're coming from a place of like historic passion, like this drives you, and that's so intriguing to me.
It does. It comes from the heart. And I was listening to the musician, the way he was talking about the music has to come from your heart.
Exactly.
And I thought, this is exactly what I do.
Yes. Actually, when he said that, I thought the same thing. I thought that's the same thing with you. Like, what do you say about vulnerability, right? Like, you have to be vulnerable to do something like this. Kind of put your heart out there on the line.
Yeah, you really do. And it gets a little scary sometimes.
Right. I mean, because vulnerability is scary because you're just exposing your soul to the world, right? But this is stuff that you've gone and seen and just traveled around to do all of this, to get all of this stuff in your head to make this. Like, that is so cool. Like, you're not just painting, you're grasping from some really cool stuff that is just, man, goes back generations and generations.
It does,
right?
and it stays in me too. It's not something that just disappears when I'm done.
Yeah, it's just all the time. That is so cool. And you're giving these big lectures at these college facilities and all these things all over the world. Like, that is so cool. I would love to hear. I know you had one in Chicago recently, in Indiana. So next time, I'm sure it'll be on your website. We're gonna come see you and learn
actually,
about it.
I have that video. I forgot about that. Let me pull that up.
Yeah.
I mean, you can keep
the
talking.
one from Chicago. Yeah, it's there now. It'll be there till July 7th.
Okay, gotcha.
And it's in the Cultural Center, which is on the corner of Michigan Avenue and Randolph Street.
Okay, got it. Yeah, that is so cool. And I'm sure all the people listening to your lectures and stuff were just like, yes, right? Because it's very interesting, and you don't get to talk about this type of stuff very much, except for like when you're in high school in history class, and then you're just not really listening, right? But this this is different. Like, this, you've turned this into art. Like, it's, and look at that. It's so beautiful.
So where is this at then? This is the Chicago?
Chicago Cultural Center, on the corner of Randolph and Michigan Avenue.
Ooh, that is so fun. And was that fun for you, just talking about it?
Oh my gosh, I love talking about. I gave an artist talk with a slide presentation. Let's see, about a couple weeks ago, and the questions people ask are just so interesting. I love answering them.
Yeah, like what kind of questions did you get that were just like, whoa? I mean, just probably like, where did this come? Like, just the history behind all of it and stuff.
And one guy wanted to know if he could visit some of the sites, and I gave him some information on that. And then there was a woman that said, well, what did they make the original, what did they use? What kind of materials? And we talked about blood and fat. And what I think is super interesting is the fact that, you know, they needed that animal fat to survive, you know, because they were small clans. They weren't tribes. They were small clans of maybe 10 to 15 people.
Right.
And to use the fat that they needed to survive for their art.
Right. Like they're sacrificing because they needed to survive, but they're sacrificing that to use for art.
Yes,
so
exactly.
it was obviously very important to them.
Very, very
because
important.
They needed that to survive, but they instead put it towards, or some of it put some of it towards art.
Exactly.
Cool.
So it was animal blood. I think,
yes.
I don't think
we don't know.
Probably animal
Okay.
blood.
So I thought, I mean, you know, there were some crazy times back then. So when I asked about like the ritualistic, like, I mean, did they sacrifice somebody and then they used their blood? You know, was it that dark or?
Well, maybe, but we don't really.
We don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't
Now
know.
we don't feel so silly.
But
No,
honestly,
that's not a silly question at all. I mean, but you know, there was.
They got wacky back then.
There was a lot of stuff going on back then.
honestly,
you know.
probably was some sacrificial stuff going on,
Oh, boy.
and that was fine with them, right? And that's kind of what makes it the art, right? It's like we don't really know what had happened. I mean, it would be cool if you could.
What had happened was.
I mean, it'd be cool if you could get like, I don't know, like, you know how some like the cop people, they like will swab it and be like, this blood is this, you know what I mean? Like that'd be interesting for you if you could find out what is inside of this stuff,
forensics?
right? Yeah, like the forensics.
Yeah.
Do the DNA and stuff like that.
Yeah. Have you ever been curious about that? Like, what exactly are they making? Because you can know generally, but how could we know, right?
Exactly. We don't really know. I mean, yeah.
And that's kind of what's making
11,000 years ago, really.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's why I think it's cool. It leaves it open for interpretation, for your art, and just for your mind. Like, you know, and that's probably what keeps you up at night too. Like, where, you know, and that's so cool just to think about stuff like where did it come from? What is this? Like, that's awesome.
Yeah. What did it sound like to be there?
Yeah. When they're
grinding the grains and. You know, what the sounds they were making, what did their language sound like?
Right.
You know, yeah, I don't know.
Have you ever like been in well, I'm sure that you have.
Renee makes those noises when she's hungry.
Hungry. I'm hangry.
Chicken nugget.
I'm hangry like always. But have you ever I'm sure you have. You've been into like these historic caves and stuff. Have you just imagined I don't know how to explain. Like, have you imagined, like, right where you're standing, what they were doing? Like, they were standing right where you were standing, but thousands of years ago. And just, like you said, what have they been doing? What were they sounding like? What were they speaking? What did it sound like for them to make this art?
If those walls could talk.
You know?
That's why I like to
think
sit,
about that.
That's why I like to sit there, not just take photos and leave.
Yes.
I like to sit there and take it all in.
Be in the space.
Yes.
Yeah, be in the space.
Because if you sit there, you can kind of just close your eyes and be like, they were there right where you were making that, and so you can just almost feel them like walking around you and doing all that. And like you said, the kids and it's just crazy.
Yes,
think about that.
It is. And a lot of times my Hopi friend will just sit. I mean, she just goes off to a corner and will just sit by herself for a couple hours.
She really, just
to communicate.
It.
Yeah, she really feels the ancestors.
That is awesome.
She really feels them.
That is such a cool inspiration, and gosh, your work is so wonderful. I love it, Dorothy. You're incredible, and so you can find your art at dorothygraden.com.
Yes,
and we can purchase it. Yeah,
I have prints and cards and originals. Yeah,
that would be hard for me to sell the originals. I always respect people that sell originals. You know, like it's like
that's so funny.
It's like, oh, that's the original.
I know, and they're like my babies. and you know, every time I sell one, I'm like, oh, there it goes.
Au revoir.
You know?
Au revoir.
I would be so stingy with my originals. I'd be like, this is 10,000.
But you can have the print for like $300-400. It's fine.
There
I
you
give you the
go.
print, I guess.
Or how about a card?
Yes, card, whatever. But I don't know about my originals. That I would be so selfish about that. I don't know, because it's just, I mean, but that's a true artist that you make this for. I mean, it's for you, but it's for people as well. So it's like, so selling that art, I think, is so wonderful. And I know so many people would just love this. And I know all of our viewers are going to check you out.
Well, I hope so.
They better.
All the way from Valparaiso, Indiana. Thank you so much, Dorothy Graden, for coming on the show. You're wonderful. And again, check out DorothyGraden.com, Dorothy Graden on Facebook, Instagram, all the things.
Facebook.
Your art is wonderful.
Instagram.
World traveler. Wow.
Awesome. It's been so much fun. I'm just happy to be here. This is great.
Thank you. We appreciate you, and we love your work, and we love you, Dorothy. And yes, just thank you. Thank you again for being here.
Thank you.
Drove 3 hours.
And
What a
Jason,
trooper.
yes, 3 hours. Wow. And Jason, Aaron, thank you for everything that you do. Thank you for ABC for having us.
Thank
we
you, Renee,
love
for
you
everything you
guys. Thank you. Thank you, me. You're welcome. Hair flip. No, I joke. Thank you to our in-studio guest. Hey.
Come back again.
Yes. All right. Well, we're going to wrap it up. And thanks again, Dorothy
real this
Graden. We appreciate you and all of our viewers, loopers. We love you guys. We'll see you next week. We have a really cool episode next week, hopefully.
Or it'll be like an average episode, but it could be really cool. So
Could have a Hollywood guest on
that's
here.
right.
Is gonna
Keep
be
an
cool.
eye on our Facebook page. That's where the events are, and we send out a bunch of invites.
Yes.
So we appreciate everyone's support. Like and share and follow and everything on all of our social medias.
Yes, all
Ooh,
of
I think
it.
I have a button for that. Let me. Ooh, how about this one? There you go. There's their social medias: YouTube,
Lower third
Twitter.
graphic.
Well, this wasn't lower third. Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. There you go.
All right. Cool. We'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much. We'll be back.
Goodbye
Bye,
again.
y'all.
For real.
Thank you, Dorothy.
Thank you.
Live stream Wednesday at 7, midnight Saturday on ABC, 24/7 inside Indianapolis hotels and on all podcast platforms.
And coming up now. Yeah. So we do a little thing for social media.
Okay.
So we release this thing that we're going to record as, let me put it up there and put you